Polly's Fantasy Adventure. One sunny day in spring, Polly and her good friends are playing ball. When it rolls into the woods, she has to go into the forest to get the ball. While she is looking for the ball, she sees a big secret hole. Polly is curious and looks inside. It is dark inside the hole. Polly thinks it is strange that there is a sweet smell coming from the hole. Suddenly, there is a bright light and a strong wind sucks her into the hole. The hole gets smaller and smaller. Polly is falling and feels dizzy. When she feels better, she realizes she is sitting on a big clear pile of jelly, and she has shrunk. Suddenly, she sees a big cat coming towards her. She screams and climbs out of the jelly cup. Then she quickly slides down the table towards another small hole in the corner. This hole is narrow and dark. Polly wants to take a shower because her body is sticky from the jelly. Now the cave gets bigger and bigger. She hears a noise and notices there is a way out of the hole in front of her. The light becomes brighter, so Polly hurries towards the exit. In front of the hole are many ponds next to a Japanese-style building. Polly looks around and feels wonderful. She walks into the building to take a bath because she is still sticky. She hears a voice and turns to see a small crane. The crane lets her take a bath. She talks with the crane about the special things she has just seen. Polly says goodbye to the small crane. She sees some birds sitting in a cherry tree. The sun shining on the blue feathers is really beautiful. The chirping of the birds mixes with the sound of the river under the bridge and makes a wonderful song. Polly slows down to enjoy it. She goes to the shore and takes a boat to a far-away island. The boat slows down as it nears the island. By the time it gets there, it is night. Polly stays with a squirrel couple. The couple is very friendly and makes a delicious dinner. Mr. Squirrel says,
"Come with us tomorrow to an ancestral festival that is held once every 6 years."
Even though Polly wants to go home, she accepts his offer. After a good night's sleep, Polly wakes up to see a note on her bedside.
"Dear Polly, breakfast is on the table. After breakfast, follow the trail of red ribbons tied to the trees. They will take you to the festival."
Polly is excited and she follows the directions to the festival. The festival has beautiful decorations, nice music, and a great show. Everyone wears tribal outfits and dresses up. It feels like a formal celebration. A gong sounds, and the host says,
"Dear friends, let the festival begin."
All of the people begin to cheer and hold hands around the pond. At the center of the pond is a statue. Polly thinks that it is their god. There is a boardwalk to the statue in the middle of the pond. The people line up to go to the statue and bow down 3 times. When they finish, they return to their seats. Suddenly, she sees the squirrel couple and happily steps forward to hug them. She asks,
"Should I go forward to bow?"
Mr. Squirrel says,
"Of course. Our God will help you return to your world. I remember 2 years ago, there was another girl like you. Her name was Angela."
Polly is surprised and asks him,
"Are you sure it was Angela?"
He says he is sure. Angela is Polly's grandmother. Mrs. Squirrel rushes to her and says,
"Polly, hurry up! The magic portal will close."
So Mrs. Squirrel pulls Polly to the statue. Polly turns around and waves goodbye to Mr. Squirrel. She rushes to the statue. The festival continues and ripples start to appear in the pond. The ripples get bigger and become a whirlpool. Suddenly, the whirlpool stops and the water is still. It looks like there are a lot of stars in the water. Then Mr. Squirrel shouts to her,
"Jump into the pond to return to your world. Hurry up, or else the magic portal will disappear."
So Polly holds her nose and jumps into the pond. Splash! Polly feels like she is falling and her vision becomes blurry. Polly closes her eyes and falls asleep. Polly wakes up and opens her eyes. She sees her friend looking at her with a worried look. Her friend asks,
"Where did you go? We didn't see you come out of the woods, so we went in to find you."
Polly is embarrassed. She doesn't know what is going on. She thinks it was all an interesting dream, so she follows her friends back to continue playing ball.